Welcome to the Tar Heel Tracker video series. In this video, we will look at how to access your Tar Heel Tracker report, as well as some basics about how to read and interpret the report. The Tar Heel Tracker is the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill's degree audit system. Your Tar Heel Tracker shows your progress towards degree completion. This process evaluates all of your degree requirements against your transfer credit, test credit, and enrollment courses. An audit or report is generated indicating which requirements are satisfied and which requirements are not satisfied. To locate the Tar Heel Tracker menu item, click on the Other Academic drop-down arrow. Select the Tar Heel Tracker option from the drop-down menu. Select the Go button to run your Tar Heel Tracker report. There will be a slight pause as the system generates your report. The spinning icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen indicates that your report is being generated. Once the system has completed its evaluation, your Tar Heel Tracker report is displayed. Let's take a minute to review some of the tools and icons at the top of the report. The Collapse All button is used to close all the requirements in your report. This is helpful to open and view each requirement individually. The Collapse All button is used to close all the requirements in your report. This is helpful to open and view each requirement individually. The Expand All button is used to open all the requirements in the report. The View Summary Report button generates a PDF version of the Tar Heel Tracker report. The spinning icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen indicates that your report is being generated. The PDF version of your Tar Heel Tracker report is displayed. The Course Key icon provides an easy reference to the status of each course in the Tar Heel Tracker report. The green check icon indicates a completed or graded course. The yellow diamond icon indicates an enrolled or in-progress course. The blue star icon indicates courses that are currently in the student planner. It is important to note that courses in the student planner are not included in the Tar Heel Tracker report. Let's next review the Tar Heel Tracker report. For demonstration purposes, we are going to look at a student interested in business with a minor in chemistry. It is important to remember that your Tar Heel Tracker report will vary from this example. The default state of the Tar Heel Tracker report is not satisfied requirements are expanded. All satisfied requirements are collapsed. An example of a satisfied requirement is the English Composition and Rhetoric CR requirement is satisfied by ENGL 105, 105I. An example of a not satisfied requirement is the Quantitative Reasoning QR requirement. If your major requires a specific quantitative reasoning course, you will find a list of approved courses in this section. If your major does not require a specific quantitative reasoning course, you may select any quantitative reasoning course when searching for classes. The foreign language requirement is unique in that it is always collapsed, whether it is marked as satisfied or not satisfied in your report. Let's hit the Collapse All button and get an overview of this student's Tar Heel Tracker report. Each of these dark blue bars indicates a requirement group. Each group contains requirements for the different degree requirements. The following requirement groups contain all the general education requirements: foundations, approaches, and connections. In this example, there are three groups for the business major: a prerequisites group, the major core, and the additional requirements group. The minor group for this example displays the requirements for the minor in chemistry. The electives group collects all the courses that did not fit into a requirement in the previous groups, but does still count toward the student's degree. In this example, the non-degree applicable group collects all the courses that cannot count toward a student's degree, like failed courses and repeated courses. Okay, let's look at a few of the requirements in our example in depth. First, let's open up the connections requirement. Next, select the communication intensive CI requirement. Next, we will locate the communication intensive CI and North Atlantic World NA requirements. It is important to notice that the general education abbreviations appear in the requirement descriptions. You can search by each general education requirement using the highlighted abbreviations. To learn more, choose the Searching for Classes video at the URL listed. Currently, in our example, this student does not have any courses that fulfill the communication intensive requirement. In contrast, the North Atlantic World requirement has 2 courses that satisfy the requirement. Also notice in the North Atlantic World requirement that HIST 128 is graded. MUSC 65 is listed as currently in progress. It is important to remember that in progress courses will satisfy requirements. However, if this student in our example gets an F in MUSC 65, that course will no longer satisfy any requirements, and it will fall into the non-degree applicable group at the bottom of the report. Next, let's take a look at the chemistry minor. You will notice your requirement term is indicated at the top of each major and minor group. This lets you know which undergraduate bulletin catalog year requirements are being applied for any given major or minor. This student in our example falls under the 2014-2015 catalog year. You will also see some general rules for the minor. Some of these are rules that apply to all majors or minors, and some are specific to a given major or minor. Open up Chem 102 or Chem 102H to view the requirement. Click on the course description link to view the catalog description. The catalog entry provides a description of the course as well as any general education tags associated with the course. Select the View Class Sections button to view class sections for a given term. Use the Add to Planner button to put a course into your enrollment shopping cart during enrollment times. Click the Return to My Tar Heel Tracker link to return to your report.